What if I told you that the one thing you've been told will set you free is actually the thing keeping you trapped? Yeah, I said it. The 401k, the golden child of American personal finance, the thing your HR department, your parents, your LinkedIn feed, and every finance bro on the internet has been screaming at you to max out, it's not your escape plan. And before you close this video, just hear me out, because what I'm about to show you isn't doom and gloom. It's actually kind of exciting once you see it. Okay, let me set the scene. It's Monday morning. Your alarm goes off. You hit snooze. Obviously, it goes off again. You lie there, staring at the ceiling, briefly considering faking your own death to avoid another week of Outlook notifications and meetings that absolutely could have been a 2-line email. But you get up anyway, make your coffee, sit in traffic, spend 8 hours performing enthusiasm for things you genuinely do not care about. And then, here's the part that kills me, you open your paycheck, see that little 401k deduction being taken out, and feel good about yourself, responsible, adulting. Future you is going to be so proud. Here's the problem. Future you doesn't retire at 45. Future you retires at 65 with a bad knee, a Costco membership, and a mortgage that's almost paid off. Congratulations, I guess. And look, I'm going to break the fourth wall right here at the start because I think you deserve that. If you clicked this video, you already felt something was off. You've been doing everything right, contributing, investing, being responsible, and yet freedom still feels like it's decades away. That gut feeling, it's not wrong. And that's exactly what we're digging into today. Because today, we're talking about something most finance channels are too scared to say out loud. Your 401k is not your escape plan. Now, before the comments start, no, this is not anti-401k. Stay with me. The standard American financial blueprint goes like this. Work hard. Contribute 10 to 15% to your 401k. Grab the employer match. Throw it in an S&P 500 index fund. Let it compound for 3 decades. Retire at 65. And here's the thing. For that specific goal, that specific timeline, it actually works. It's solid advice. Your financial advisor isn't lying to you. But here's the question I want you to sit with for a second. Are you watching this because you're excited about freedom at 65? Or because you'd like your life back while you can still, I don't know, enjoy it? Right. Didn't think so. Different goal, different math. Let's run the actual numbers. You earn $75,000 a year. You're responsible. You invest 10%. That's $7,500 annually. At an 8% average return after 30 years, yes, you could be sitting on over $1 million. But in 10 years, not free. In 15 years, still not free. And here's the part nobody puts in the brochure. You literally cannot touch that money without penalty until you're 59 and a half. So while your 401k quietly compounds in the background, you're still setting your Sunday night alarm every single week. That's not financial freedom. That's delayed stability with a nicer label on it. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. A 401k is built around one idea, contribution. You put money in, the market grows it, you wait. Fine. But wealth acceleration, that usually comes from a completely different idea, ownership. Contributing is participating in the system. Owning is building a system. Those are not the same thing. Your 401k makes you a very disciplined passenger. Wealth is usually built by people who eventually get in the driver's seat through equity, through assets that generate income, through owning things that work while they sleep. Now, and I'm going to break the fourth wall here for a second. I know exactly what some of you are thinking right now. Okay, cool. So what? I drop everything and start a business? Buy crypto? Day trade from a beach in Bali? Relax. That's not what this is. This is breaking money. We talk about real financial architecture, not guru fantasies. So let's actually build the alternative. There are 3 levers that actually compress your timeline to freedom, and none of them require you to quit your job tomorrow. Lever 1, income acceleration. Here's something people don't want to hear, but need to. You cannot outinvest a low income. Everyone's obsessing over whether to pick a fund with a 7% return versus 9%. running the numbers, debating expense ratios. Meanwhile, they haven't gotten a raise in 4 years. If you're investing 10% of $70,000, that's $7,000 a year going to work for you. But if you push your income to $120,000 and keep your lifestyle exactly the same, now you're potentially investing $20,000 or more annually. Same market, same index fund, completely different timeline. In the US right now, the careers creating the fastest income growth cluster around tech, enterprise sales, cloud engineering, cybersecurity, and AI-adjacent roles. Not because they're glamorous, because they pay disproportionately well relative to the skill-up time required. More income invested aggressively is the single fastest legal way to shorten your timeline. That's not a hot take. That's just arithmetic. Lever 2, liquidity. Your 401k is locked until you're 59 and a half, which is a great age, truly, but probably not when you want to make your big financial moves. Think about it. A real estate deal shows up, a business you could buy into, a career bet that needs capital, and you're sitting there like, great, my money's in a vault I legally can't open for another 22 years. That's not investing, that's financial house arrest. Now here's the tool most people know about but completely ignore: a taxable brokerage account. Boring name, powerful reality. You can invest in the exact same S&P 500 index fund, same stocks, same returns. But here's the difference. You can actually touch it. No penalties, no age restrictions, no calling the IRS to ask permission. It's your money and it moves when you decide to move. And look, breaking the fourth wall for a second here, because I feel like nobody ever says this part out loud, having accessible money doesn't just change your balance sheet, it changes how you show up in life. When you're not one bad month away from disaster, you negotiate differently at work. You take your boss slightly less seriously. You make smarter bets because failure isn't catastrophic anymore. Financial security isn't just a number. It's a personality upgrade. Liquidity isn't sexy, but neither is watching an opportunity walk right past you because your money's locked behind a gate until you're almost 60. Lever 3, cash flow assets. Okay, this is the one. This is where it actually gets fun. Let me ask you something real quick. What's the actual dream here? Is it having $1 million sitting in an account somewhere? Or is it waking up on a Tuesday, and not having to go anywhere because the money already handled itself? Yeah, thought so. Nobody's dreaming about the account number. That's exactly what cash flow assets do. Rental properties with positive yield, dividend growth portfolios, equity in small private businesses. These aren't exotic Wall Street instruments available only to people in suits. They're just assets that generate income whether you show up or not. Your 9 to 5 pays you when you're there. Cash flow assets pay you when you're at brunch. Same bank account, very different energy. And here's the equation that changes everything. The moment your asset income covers your living expenses, your boss becomes optional. Not fired, not dramatically stormed out on, just optional. And optional is one of the most powerful words in the entire personal finance dictionary. Genuinely, write that one down. All right, real talk time. And I mean actually real. Not real talk followed by something obvious that every other channel already said. Here's something the personal finance world whispers, but almost never says clearly. Diversification protects wealth. Concentration creates it. The people who actually escaped early, financial independence in their 40s, late 30s, sometimes earlier, almost always had some form of concentrated upside at some point. Startup equity that paid off. RSUs in a company that actually grew. A rental portfolio they went hard on for a decade. A business where they owned a real piece, not just vibes. That's not recklessness. That's calculated leverage. And there's a massive difference between a smart, concentrated bet and just YOLOing your savings into whatever's trending on Reddit this week. Okay, here's the part most channels quietly skip because it's a little uncomfortable to say. The 401k system was built for a completely different America. Stable lifetime employment, housing you could actually afford on a single salary, education that didn't leave you 6 figures in debt before your career even started, pensions that genuinely existed. Remember pensions? No? Yeah, neither does anyone under 50. They're basically financial mythology at this point. Today, housing has exploded. Healthcare costs are brutal. Student debt is real and heavy. And career stability? Weaker than it's been in generations. The environment changed completely. The retirement playbook did not get that memo. And you feel that gap, that quiet tension between doing everything right on paper and still feeling stuck. That's not in your head. That's a structural mismatch between the system you inherited and the world you're actually living in right now. Which is exactly why you're here, and exactly why this conversation matters. Okay, let's land this plane. Here's what this actually looks like in practice. Not a dramatic life overhaul, not quitting Monday morning, a layered, intelligent pivot. Keep contributing to your 401k, especially if there's an employer match. That match is a guaranteed instant return. Capture all of it, every single dollar. Leaving any of it unclaimed is literally just donating your own compensation back to your employer for no reason whatsoever. But, and say this with me, don't stop there. Aggressively grow your income. Put the difference into a liquid brokerage account. Start building cash flow assets, even slowly, even small at first. And treat the 401k as one solid tool in a much broader strategy, not the whole toolbox. All right, fourth wall, one final time, last one, I promise. If you made it this far into this video, you were never going to be satisfied with the default plan. You already sensed something was off. You just needed someone to name it clearly and show you what the alternative actually looks like in practice. That's what today was. The question now isn't whether you understand the framework. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Look, I want to be clear about something before you go. The 401k isn't the villain here. It's not broken. It's just not built for speed. It was built for safety, for stability, for the long game. And if traditional retirement at 65 is genuinely your goal, it's one of the best vehicles available. No argument there. But if you want out before your knees start filing complaints, you need more than one vehicle. You need income that grows faster than your lifestyle, liquidity that gives you options, and assets that eventually pay you without needing you to be there. All right, that's the video. And look, I'm not going to beg you to subscribe. That would be embarrassing for both of us. But if, hypothetically, you enjoyed having your entire retirement plan gently dismantled in under 12 minutes, the subscribe button is right there. It's free. It costs you nothing, and yet somehow most people still don't do it. Fascinating species, honestly. The system wasn't designed against you. It was just designed for a destination you might not actually want. Design your own. This is Breaking Money. See you in the next one.